Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of This Living Light. My name is Vanessa. I am here to shine my light on this channel. I talk about all things God. I talk about my walk with the Lord, the good and the bad, the ups and the downs, the in betweens, all in hopes that to encourage you on your walk with the Lord. If any of that sounds interesting to you, please stick on and watch on. It's gonna be a great video. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump right in. Okay, guys, so I have been gone for quite a while, and honestly, I've been meaning to pick up to just record for so long. I've had days where I'm like, I'm gonna record today, I'm gonna record today, and something always just happened, or life. Honestly, life has just been lifing that it made it a bit harder for me to just come on. And that's as honest as I can be. But I created this channel to just share everything, to share the good and the bad, the moments where I'm really struggling, the moments where I'm really struggling, the moments where life is just hard. And I think vulnerability is important. I think as Christians, we need to be able to be vulnerable, to show our vulnerability. We're not always Superman or Superwoman. We are, I mean, there's times where we're weak. There's times where we are just going through it. There's times where you are just crying and crying and crying. And that's also a part of us that we need to shine light on. Anyways, I'm saying all that to say that, like, it's been a rough time. It's been a rough season. This whole year, like I told you guys before, it's been a year of pruning. It's been a year of so many things that are just so out of my control. And this past couple of weeks, I just feel like everything kept crumbling down. I just feel like all the walls, right? Like, let's say if I had four walls, like this wall came down, okay, I'm gonna try to rebuild this one. Then this one comes down, okay, this one. So it was just like, dang, girl, what is going on? Yeah. So that's a bit of what I was going through, and I'm just gonna try to be a bit transparent as much as I can be. At the beginning of this year, or even the ending of last year, like I feel like the walls that I built up with my relationship, like it all came crumbling down. Everything that we had built, it came crumbling down without my control or my partner's control. Um, things were just, it all just came crumbling down. I've been dealing a lot with that and how to assess it. And by the grace of God, God has been faithful. Even though things came crumbling down, like God has been with us. God has been working. He has been working on us through the midst of it. So sometimes God allows destruction to happen for a reason. God is not a God of just letting things happen. Because when I think about the story of Job, like, he's like, hey, have you seen my servant? Literally, this is okay. This the story of Job. Have you seen my servant? And the devil is like, if you did this to him, then like he's not gonna serve you anymore. And the part I was studying the book of Job, and it was like before so like a servant came and was like, oh, your field, something happened, the house burned down. And before the servant finished talking, somebody else came, hey, this, then this and this and this happened, it got destroyed. Before that person finished talking, something else happened. And it was just like back to back to back to back, right? But God allowed all of this to happen, and the story of Job was, it did not stop there. He didn't allow it to happen to stop there, right? When God allows destruction to happen, it's to rebuild. And when we rebuild something, like, let's think about it. When a house comes crumbling down, right? Because like the foundation wasn't good, or the structure wasn't good, or this and this was wrong, and then allow it to crumble down, right? When that rebuilding process happens, the builders have a better perspective. They have a different perspective on how they're going to make this house better. Rebuilding is to make it better, to make things better, right? So, anyways, I'm saying all that to say this is like the revelation that the Lord has been giving me in this season, because I've been feeling like every single thing in my life has been crumbling down. I lost a friendship that I thought I was going to have for a lifetime. I It's still kind of hard to say. Um and I'm still processing. I'm still taking time to grieve it. Right? In our church right now, we're reading to the book of Nehemiah, and it starts off like the people of God, the people of Israel have been taken captive. Their land have been, the walls have been broken down. They're burned. Their houses are burned. The king is taken captive. They took out his eyes. They killed his sons. Like, people are dispersed. The people that are left in Egypt. They are miserable. They are weeping. They're just in distress. And Nehemiah had asked, like, some of the people that went there to Jerusalem. It's like, how is our city? And they're like, this and this is going on. The people are in distress. The walls are being broken down. And Nehemiah, like, tore off his clothes and he wept. And it says that he wept for many days. One of the things that the Lord has been allowing me is to grieve, to weep, to feel my emotions. I'm, like, it's so easy to get caught up in, like, I know this. I know that the Lord is with me. I know that God, everything works together for my good. All of this stuff, but, like, you're still going through that thing, right? When situation happen, we need to take time to grieve. We need to take time to weep. We need to take time to, and I wasn't doing that. And I think it came out of my control. Like, this one day I went to this prayer room, just spend time with the Lord. And I just started crying. I just started crying and crying, and it wouldn't stop. And I couldn't tell you which, well, I could tell, like, it was all these different facets of my life that I felt like the walls have been, like, broken down. But I've been trying to be strong. I've been trying to be strong. But it's in that moment, like, the tears came out uncontrollably. I was just crying in the presence of God. I'm crying in the presence of God. And I kid you not, for the next week, I just had moments where I was just crying and crying and crying. It hasn't even been that long. Like, this was like a week and a half ago. And on top of that, my pastor was like, hey, I need you to lead this segment that we're doing, which is like what I heard and how I used it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't, like, and I was so emotional. I was really emotional. So when I went up there to go lead it, I spoke on what I heard, which is that even though things have been broken down, even though Jerusalem is broken down, there were still people that were left. There was still a remnant. God still left a remnant. Nehemiah was a remnant. He was the one that was still left out of all of them, and he caught the vision. But even the people were still back in Jerusalem. People were still back in Israel, even though things were bad. God would always leave a remnant, and that remnant is the one that's gonna come and make a change. God gonna come and rebuild the wall, right? And as I was saying that, I broke down. I could barely speak. It's been such a hard year, and I'm making these videos, like, honestly, to just look back at them. Like, I just see how far the Lord has taken me, to see my journey with the Lord, right? I know that everything is gonna turn out, like, for my good, right? Because, like, that's a guarantee. God is not gonna allow me to go through anything for no reason, right? That's a guarantee. Like, there's gonna be a light at the end of the tunnel. All of this is for my good. It's gonna all work out for my good. I know I'm feeling the despair and the hurt and the broken heart right now, but it's gonna get better. But before it gets better, I wanted to come on here and encourage you guys that, like, the walls that are coming down, like in my case, my relationship, like, our walls came down, but right now, like, we're rebuilding, and we're rebuilding in a way where, like, God is in the process. It's not even us rebuilding. I think God is rebuilding our story. He's rebuilding our walls. He's rebuilding everything, and he's making it so much better. I held on to the fact that, like, oh my God, this thing is destroyed. How can we ever get back to a place? But, like, we need to release that, and know that, like, rebuilding is important, and it's like, it's for the better. It's for the better. God allows it to fall down, to break down, so that things can be made better, so that the rebuilding process can happen. And so it's that process in the relationship. And one day I will give you guys a full testimony on that. But for right now, like, and it's not even like I'm at the end where I'm like, oh my gosh, like this and this. I'm in the process. I still don't know what the the outcome is going to be. I still don't know how the Lord is going to do everything, but I can also just see, I can tell you that he's been working on me. He's been working on my partner. He's been working on our hearts. He's been working on making us better. He's been working on us individually. And it's like, I just know that like God is writing a beautiful story, and that one day we'll be at the end of it. We'll be at the end of it. So right now is a time of just, it's a time of building and rebuilding, and like that process is gonna take however long the Lord is gonna want it to take. But I have trust in the Lord, and with the friendship that I lost, like that one, honestly, I'm still in the grieving state of it, but I have hope, right? It's easy to get to the point. It's like, dang, if I lost this person, how I can never trust anybody. And I was there. I said those things, like, who can I? I've questioned those. I questioned myself, like, who exactly can I trust? If this thing that was like the walls were like so high up, like nobody can cross over, no, nothing can ever, but those walls can broke, it broke down. If that can happen, if that can honestly happen, then what good is is friendships? What good is trusting in somebody? What good? But you know, I can't think that. I can't let those negativity come in. Yes, the walls came down, but God can also rebuild that. God can also bring somebody else in my life that's going to fill the space 10 times better. That's going to match the purpose that he has for me. That's going to match the space and the season that he's trying to take me into, right? So like at our church, these are things that I'm hearing at our church, and I wanted to come in and like and share with you guys. And on top of that, guys, my car broke down. My car is done for. I need a new car, and so I'm telling you, it feels like every single thing is just being pulled down, breaking down. But even with that, like I know that the Lord is gonna provide like whatever car I'm gonna get next. Yes, this process of searching for a car and looking for a car is so draining, and I don't like the fact that I'm gonna get back into payments, because that's the only means of me getting a car. Um, but I know that whatever I'm gonna get, like it's gonna be better, and the Lord is gonna provide, and the Lord is gonna be with me, uh, and he's gonna help me. He's my helper, right? He's my helper. He's your helper. He's our helper. So I have hope, and I just want to encourage you guys to have hope. Even though things may feel like they have fallen down, they're never gonna get back up. They're never gonna get better, or even you're just in the state of like, how can this one happen? Like one thing, it's like okay, one thing you can deal with, but when it's like multiple things, I'm here to just encourage you that like have hope that the walls will be rebuilt, that God allowed it to crumble down for something else to spring forth, for something else to get better. Um, and I'm saying all that. I didn't even tell you guys. So just Nehemiah chapter 1, verse 1 to like 3, the wall of Jerusalem. And this is just where he like expressed his grief, and he started praying. And if you read the whole book of Nehemiah, like he goes and ends up rebuilding, right? Rebuilding. Um, rebuilding is a good thing. We can cling on to the things of the past for so long, but we need to shift our gaze and see that the Lord is wanting to make things better. He's wanting to change things. He's wanting to make it new, make it new. He's doing something. He's wanting to make it new. So I feel encouraged. I feel encouraged in this moment. I feel encouraged in this season, even though it hurts, even though it's been hard. But I have hope. We can't lose hope. So I really hope that this encouraged you guys, and I'm going to continue to pop back in. I really hope that this blessed you. I really hope that this encouraged you. And if you find yourself in this season that I'm going through, in any of the things that I spoke about today, please don't. Feel free to like share it. Feel free to let me know what you're going through. Feel free to just testify on what the Lord has been teaching you, how you're overcoming it, how are you dealing with things, and yeah, it's gonna encourage each other, right? So yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.